black woman from going to work.
Oh, no, not work.
Not work. Yeah, well, we can't all live off the dole like the man bun idiot. Kari Lake joins us now with her reaction to that. I mean, they're so easy to hate when you see these, and they just have no respect for anything.
They sure are. No respect for anything. And I used to think just like everybody else, how come these people, how can they afford to do this? How do they afford not to work and to protest and riot for days on end? And now we're learning they're actually getting paid by some of these NGOs and shady figures who are fueling this repeat of the 2020 Summer of Love in 2025. And the fake news media is in on it. They're pushing it, trying to act like nothing's happened. There's no riots. This is just peaceful protests. Yet at the same time, we're seeing cop cars on fire. We're seeing innocent people's cars being torched. And we're seeing violence on the street. They cannot arrest these violent communists fast enough. I'm hearing Washington, D.C. I'm out on the streets and people recognize me because I've become a little bit of a national figure, and I get stopped all the time and people say, what the hell's going on? I do hope that President Trump will nip this in the bud and prevent it from growing. Yeah. But it's going to grow to other cities. And I know that President Trump is serious about securing this country and refusing to let these rioters destroy our cities and our communities.
Yeah, they got to do some butt kicking to get this stopped, because it's going to be all summer of this, just like it was in 2020. There's no indication it's going to slow down. It's expanding as we speak. I want to show this from Jimmy Kimmel. I know you don't watch this show. Take a listen.
People who've been in this city longer than I have, the vast majority of whom have never done anything wrong, are being abducted, which is the correct word to use, by agents in masks, hiding their identities, grabbing people off the street and at work, sending people to detention centers. Los Angelinos have been gathering to demonstrate, and with very few exceptions, peacefully demonstrate, to voice their opposition to this disgusting and unnecessary abuse of power instigated by our mentally ill president.
Disgusting abuse of power. They let 20 million people into the country, and we try to remove them, and it gets called a disgusting abuse of power.
And he calls them mentally ill. I mean, I don't know how many viewers that he has left. He's got to cater to the few radical leftists that he has watching him. But, he needs to go outside and look out in L.A. And I know he probably lives in an area that is gated, a community where he doesn't have this happening. Sure. But what happens when you have riots like this and businesses looted and torched is they never come back. And it really is the working class folks who suffer the most. But people in this country voted to have illegal immigrants sent back home. We're going to be creating hundreds of thousands, millions of homecomings in countries all over the world, but we're sending people who came here illegally back home. That's what the American people want. That's what President Trump promised. And Jimmy Kimmel is completely out of touch on this. You're right. I don't watch his show. Very few people do. But when I see clips like that, I think, wow, how out of touch could somebody be? But, his brand of humor is objectifying women and, wearing blackface. So nothing surprises me with him.
I mean, between Kimmel and The View and Stephanopoulos and Terry Moran, I mean, what an awful network ABC has become. And they're trying to repair that image. And Terry Moran really screwed him earlier this week with that and lost his job because of it. I want to talk about this military parade before I let you go. 250-year anniversary of the U.S. Army. Also going to be Flag Day Saturday. Also going to be Trump's birthday Saturday. Got this big parade, right? Showcasing hundreds of different vehicles and artillery pieces, tanks, flyovers. It's going to be really amazing. I saw your tweet after this advertisement for, I guess, No Kings, the anti-parade little left-wing protest the parade thing is being put out by, I guess, the Walmart heiress, Chrissy Walton, puts an ad in the New York Times promoting a protest of this, patriotic parade this Saturday. That should give people some pause, right? I mean, that's Walmart. Look at what all of that spoiled money did to this woman.
Yeah, trust fund never had to work, and it's sad because I do think that the heirs of Walmart have to thank their great granddad for creating a business empire like that, but they have absolutely no thankfulness for this country, and there's no patriotism in their heart. I'm so happy that this is happening this week, and I plan to attend the parade. that the Armed Forces 250th anniversary, along with Flag Day, happens to fall on one of my most patriotic friends' birthday, Donald J. Trump, the great president, the 45th and 47th president. It is so appropriate that it's all happening on that one day. And I think it's really great to see our military that we're showing things off, our incredible patriotic members of our military, especially after the last administration tried to demoralize them, push things like DEI, this transgender mental illness and nonsense. And now we're getting back to celebrating these fighters, these incredible patriotic fighters. I can't wait for it.
There's a great reason to do this, too. And it's not just the ego of Trump, which is what the media thinks. I mean, we're trying to get recruitment numbers up in our military. We're trying to build back the pride in this country, which has been so decimated by the American left. That's what this is all about. It's a very important thing we're trying to do, because without patriotism, without people that love the country and a strong military that loves the country, you don't have much of a country.
That's right. And a lot of people want to sign up for the armed forces because of President Trump and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. I mean, I'd sign up. I think I'm a little bit too old for it, but I'm so jazzed about the future of this country, where we're going. And I hope people do sign up. I hope young men and women do sign up, because I think it's a very worthwhile thing to do.
Absolutely. Kari Lake, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rob.